Definitely.
Nope. Here we go. Savage Squad versus Who Cares. Savage Squad is going to be on the defense to begin with, and Who Cares is going to be attacking. Let's take a look at the Savage Squad lineup first, Mojo.
Savage 2 mouse 113 because of stronger turret with 10 and 2 TDs. So that will mean probably stronger rail presence with maybe 1 TD watching the backline. And Who Cares here? 1 mouse only, so they have something to push up, and 2 Bachats. So that's a lot of rotations coming in from them.
Yeah, 2 Bachats is a risky pick usually for Himmelsdorf because you can see already natural HP disadvantage for Who Cares.
And armor.
Yeah, and these Bachats really have to make their clips work at one point. But Danny's in the 50B though, so you know.
It's always possible.
Takes the first shot on the crossing as well. Pure skill just in that normal window position, battling it out versus Alpha. I was curious to see who's going to play for Savage Squad as well, Mojo, because they have a lot of players in the team. There's no Feast or Fetsak there from what I've seen.
There's no
Gorny.
Fitzer, there is no Agorni. Agorni actually during the summer broke his hand. I wonder did he actually heal up well enough to play. So that's going to be a hinder for them if it's not happening yet. But there is a slow progress coming here toward the raid. Gremek as a single mouse from the Who Cares is doing that. So this is probably the pincer they're trying to do. They will try to bait out some of the forces of Savage Squad toward that side, while their true push will maybe come from the back on the other cap and the rotation.
This is a little bit like Gohar did it, you know, going towards the south side of the map, taking some control over that 2-3 line area to then make a rotation back towards that northern cap. You want to kind of control those rails. Like, you don't necessarily need to push it, right? But you kind of want to have some control there so Savage Squad can be like, yeah, we're just going to leave this.
2 teams played a lot of rotations on this map. Gohard and Oops, I believe. They were the fastest one to do that. And there is some damage already on Alpha. Alpha picked up probably from E3 from the hill. Yeah, that's definitely that.
Picked up 1 shot from the E3, 1 from pure skill as well, I think, on the crossing. And that is a mouse on half HP. It's not really ideal for Savage Squad whatsoever. That mouse is kind of now in a bad situation as well. Sees, takes the shot in the meantime on his bat, has a dead gunner. Now the interesting factor there is always if he's playing with that medkit or not, because we see a lot of bad shots that don't.
I don't understand why. Like, especially since the new mechanics, you can reuse it all the time, because bad shots use commander, like lose commanders all the time. It's really unrealistic.
Another one from Zed.
Oh my god. It's really unrealistic to just play with fire extinguisher when you still have the crew with 100% fire on every crew member.
See, he takes another shot, this time from Latencer in the 50B, peeked out. That is not what you want on those bad shots. And he does not have a medkit, so he has a dead gunner for the rest of this game. That's going to be very annoying for him. He's now also on 390 HP, which means he is a one-shot for every single tank on Savage Squad team.
Unless a really, really low roll.
Well, it's average roll, right? So, I mean, but yes, he can't really, like, clip anymore. Like, effectively. He can't take any damage.
He would have to stay back and clip in someone's back who cannot turn, like a mouse. Something like that. This is really not a good situation. Careless play by him on that corner. I really don't understand why. Picking up shots left and right from pretty much default positions. Good rotation coming in from Savage Squad here. They already have about 2000 HP advantage here, and the correct call is made to watch over the upper cap.
Yeah, they spotted those guys in the 8 line, so now Danny and Latencer are going to be starting to head back towards B1, D1. Danny probably looking towards that crossing because they've seen Pashka, Pishka, and they've seen Senti as well. So there we go. Pashka takes a shot in his 50B, gets an ammo rack. He's going to have to repair that. He's trying to clip out on towards Z, but that is a mouse. That is not going to do much from that distance.
No, Pashka and Senti are stuck on 8 line. This is a really good coverage by Savage Squad here. They completely know where is the enemy. I mean, Gremek in mouse is progressing slowly toward the lane. But what will he do alone? Like, he's going to get pincered down by the TDs from distance.
Yeah, where Who Cares took an advantage in the beginning by doing that damage on towards Alpha. They've now taken so much in return. Being this amount of HP down on a map like Himmelsdorf is not very good. Gremek is trading here with Storm. Storm doesn't really have any angle to penetrate him, but at least he's controlling him. This is some of the problems that Rage Quit used to have, if you remember. Whenever they were trying to play some slow games, super tactical games, it just didn't work out for them well. Storm seems eager for a play here. Him and Danny pushing forward. Storm lands the first one on the 113. Danny's right behind him. They're trying to do the damage towards his mouse, and Gremek is all by himself. Danny needs to penetrate these shots, so Storm comes out with another one. And Gremek in that mouse. Where's the support? Who cares? Mojo, you said he's pushing up on the rails. He might even go down on the rails. I think you answered yourself. Like, where is the support? Who cares? I'm getting attacked. Who cares? Storm takes a lot of damage in return, but he should peek out and finish off Gremek now. That should be first tank down for Who Cares. Nope. Bounce comes out. Storm should be backing off from this engagement now.
Connections are coming out. Storm is actually overcommitting here, taking a lot of damage. I think he will fall, and this will not be an even trade that the Savage squad was hoping for. Still, they did make some HP progress there, even though they will probably lose a gun.
Storm went slightly too far forward. Pishka is now starting to push up as well with Pure Skill. Storm lands the shot. Pure Skill's taking some more now from Danny, but Storm goes down in return for that. But look at the damage Pure Skill is taking, Mojo. That is not ideal either.
No, this is even worse trade now. Like, Danny is on one shot, but he's still alive. Never mind that, he is not alive anymore. And there are 2 guns of advantage here for who cares. But look at the HP deficit. 4,500 here. And Zet is here on the corner to pin them down. But he needs support ASAP, because that reload will not make him survive.
Who cares? Realize there's a little bit of an opening here, but too many bounces coming out towards that mouse from Zet. The thing is, he has the HP, he's speaking out. He makes a nice connection on towards Gremek, who's now down towards 12 HP. Pure Skill in the meantime crossed over. Latencer, as you can see in G1, is trying to support Zed, but Zed can actually win this 1v3 if he plays it well. He needs to pick up the mouse. There you go. A good shot from Zed on towards that third. And now Pure Skill in a lot of trouble because the 50B is closing in. Zed is looking towards him, but Latencer should be getting the kill. He makes the first shot, should pick him up. There we go. He goes down, and the 2-gun advantage that you were speaking about, it's been nullified.
It's been nullified, especially since the moments when they bounced all those shots on Zed. Zed really well doing the angling and fired all the shots that mattered, didn't miss anything. We have the mouse with less HP now, 3K compared to 3.2, a bit longer reload now, 10.52, which we saw now, which is when you have everything maxed out. It's still a fighting beast. It's still usable.
Pishka in the meantime going down while Stenty's trying to clip on towards Alpha. He's kind of left by himself in the northern part of the map. Nice connections coming out from the Who Cares boys. Stenty picks him up, sees from the back. They are now going to put triple cap pressure most likely as a last ditch effort. But Latencer, the 50B from Savage Squad, should be the one that gets back towards this in the nick of time. There's 32 seconds left on the gap, and they have to do it, but I don't think it's going to work out.
32 seconds is more than enough. The only thing that could save them in this moment is some lucky shot that would pretty much ammo wreck someone, but that's just not gonna happen. I mean, Zed is not a factor anymore, but Latencer and this Freedom in E4, they're gonna solve the game.
Yeah, Andre already getting reset from Latencer from the back. He was probably gonna go down towards him as well, making it 2 guns left for Who Cares Freedom. Lining up the shot against C's. Raven pushing in as well in that E3, and that's just the mean tank. Raven picks up Andre in his E3. C's now starting to clip out, but with 1 shot left in the chamber, he won't even be able to kill him. That will be Savage Squad coming out with a strong victory on their first round.
Looking good for you, Ducky.
No.
I'm just giving it to you because it's your birthday, you know?
Oh, you can give it to me any day, dude.
Oh, that sounded so wrong.
Well, you know.
In many ways. We're going to stick to the game.
I just want to say, you made that sound wrong.
Yeah. Stenty here on 1 shot in reload, waiting for the verdict, and there it goes. 1-0 for Savage Squad. Decisive, as you said.
Himmelsdorf defense, though, still. I mean,
yes, but I didn't see really any strong incentive here from the Who Cares. They were pretty much confused. They had some initial plan what to do with those butchots and E3, but a lot of personal mistakes.
So much damage being bled on that butchot from C's in the beginning.
That was really a big throw for all of them, I believe.
That 8-line move, Pachka went down the 8-line, got shot going into the 8-line, was like, well, I don't want to be here anymore. Turned around, ran down the 8-line again, and got shot 2 more times.
So 50B is losing HP. All the mobile tanks, more or less, losing quite a lot of HP. And their tactics was based on mobility and rotation. So if you lose HP on those guys, it doesn't really work out.
There was one thing which I really did like from Savage Squad, though. I mean, it did cost them Storm and Danny, right? But they were trying to make moves around the map. The 50Bs rotating, then Storm and Danny pushing towards Gremek, realizing he was by himself. I mean, they are showing that they're not just want to sit there. They're trying to find those openings.
If there was faster support for Gremek down there, if they read it wrong, that could have costed them the game.
Yeah, it could have
because they would have no HP sufficit like they did. They wouldn't be like 4K HP up, no matter the guns less they had. It would be pretty much even and guns less. But it really worked out well. I think Storm a bit overcommitted on that corner against the mouse.
I think when he really wanted to kill Gremek, but Gremek was angling, and it's always like, you know, you're never sure if you're going to pen that shot. And he took, I think, 2 in return for that one. He could have just stayed there and controlled Gremek and, like, side-scraped for that matter. And I don't think Pure Skill can do anything in that case, because then Danny just peeks. If he has like 1k HP, then...
And you can rotate another tank and another tank.
Yeah, what is Gremec going to do? But that entire battle was a lot of individual skirmishes across the map, though.
But we said also, Zed played really well.
He did.
He did those initial shots on a butt shot that pretty much costed Who Cares the game. Then he pushed, did really good choice of shots on the guys that were trying to make a triple fire on him. I think they panicked in one moment because that was still a mouse with 100% HP and they were like, oh, I'm a one-shot, I'm slightly above.
They all bounced him.
Yeah, like in that first strike, I think 4 shells didn't pan. Which is pretty much catastrophic. That's a potential 1600 to 2k damage, depending what kind of alpha they do.
Well, now the question is going to be, how is Savage Squad going to look on their attack? Because it was like the trend yesterday as well on the maps, which it depends on, right? Where the team that is favored wins their round, and then the other team just wins their round as well.
Yeah, but those were usually maps like Mines now. Mines is super defensive now. It's going to be interesting to see what will teams think to break this new meta. I mean, strong pushes, as you said yesterday, I think that's going to be the way. But this is Himmelsdorf, and let's focus on these guys.
Well, we are still on Himmelsdorf. Savage Squad has taken their first round in the WGL EU, so congratulations to them for that. Hopefully not their last one. Who Cares is now going to try and pick up their first one as well. Savage Squad is going to be attacking, and Who Cares will be on the defense. And Mojo, what can you tell me about these lineups?
I like the camos, I can tell you that. But
which one? Both one?
Actually, both one are nice, but especially Savage.
Yeah.
But again, we have one mouse in defense, so they're really not believing in a strong kind of lineup, super heavy lineup in defense. I really didn't have time to see at the moment Savage Squad, so we're gonna pay attention now. Again, 1, 2 mouse, type 5 heavy. This setup looks really oriented toward the upper cap. It doesn't have really huge rotation potential except Freedom and Latencer on 50B and a butt shot. But that is more than enough if you trench up with the rest of these guys. Also, they have 1-on-3 who can push up to the 8 line, and he'll probably do that later.
Your skill taking a position we don't regularly see used, though, but that IS-7 can make it work behind there. Very, very big hold-down position.
Nice connection on Storm.
Yeah, nice connection.
I think it's from Lucky Blast. Yeah, from that VZ, because he has a decent gun depression now.
Trying to punish Storm. They need to be careful. Lucky Blast makes another one. Doesn't connect. That 113 turret is penetratable. Left and right of the gun are weak spots, obviously, and the cupola. It's a hard...
Opala.
The thing is that he actually has
and
a shot.
Another one.
Well, that's a good start, though, from Who Cares, actively trying to punish that position from Storm. We saw Pure Skill played in the last round.
Those 3 connections are super important because they're going to cripple any effort they have toward the 8 line. Savage Squad, you have to play super, super careful now because this guy can be soloed by anyone one-on-one now.
Storm needs to be careful trading with this I7. He does not want to lose more.
I think he's
HP.
trying to bait him so someone who's shooting from the hill.
The thing is, this IS-7 is super hard to shoot from the hill, and he takes another one from behind. That's Lucky Blast in that 5A saying hello. Storm is now down to 498 HP, and he needs to be super safe for the rest of this round because that 5A, that IS-7, they get one more connection. It could be the end of him.
This pretty much even all the HP suffixed that Savage Squad had from those super heavies, and it really, really lowers their mobility in this game. There is a really good, good crossfire coming here from the Who Cares. They're covering the rail by 2 TDs. Pure Skill is watching over the 8 line, any kind of push, and these guys can pretty much go out and help him out if needed. But still, by the disposition of Who Cares, I would say that Pure Skill is actually the weak spot in their defense because he's not 100% covered by anyone.
Yeah, but there is 2 TDs within like 15 seconds of rotation towards him.
Yeah, but 15 seconds is usually a dead guy if you push him with 2 guys.
Raven needs to be careful on this hill area as well. He's not invincible, especially when the E3 is angling downwards. It exposes that roof, which is obviously easily pennable.
Well, easily. It's pennable.
At least something, right?
Yeah. So there is a really static play with Savage Squad. They're trying to make...
that's a nice connection.
Who Cares do some kind of mistake. Oh, and there is no medic. He has no medic.
Ooh, that's a dead gunner. He obviously does have...
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, Jack of all trades, so it will help. Zed takes a shot in the meantime as well from Lucky Blast. I think that was Danny in the Type 5 actually from the hill. He actually probably has a decent angle on towards that IS-7. And there we go. That's another connection coming out from Danny in that Type 5. If if he has a good shot, they can kill Pure Skill. They can sit there for 2 minutes and kill him.
Yes, and it will definitely be worth a while. If Storm played more careful, that would be a crucial advantage for them. And Pure Skill needs to be super careful now to not peek too much. Like, he needs not open his turret.
He takes another HE connection. This was not from Danny. This one might have been. Comes out more. They're shooting HE at him. That's a 50B with HE. Freedom providing us with the knowledge from the Great Master himself. HE always does damage.
I haven't seen many times 50Bs with HE shells, but there is first time for everything, I would say.
Well, you have so much ammunition on the 50B that you can really
you
afford
can always
one clip.
carry one or two, like, but it's still ridiculous when you see it.
Pure Skill has now been dropped to 1,300 HP. I wonder what their angles really are from that position. How much can they see from that tank? You can see here Danny's perspective.
Do you remember that game when Himmelsdorf and Kneckerblut was spamming HE?
I do. I will never forget that Mojo. It was the most beautiful moment of my life.
We were laughing for 2 minutes, man.
It was great, though. It was honestly great. I really wonder if, like, who cares does if Pure Skill loses more HP? If he goes down to like 500, do they make a move? Do they make a reaction? Or just gonna sit there?
I would say Pure Skill already repaid for himself. Let's not forget, half of the time is done, and Savage Squad has a lot of super heavies. That means once they actually push, it's gonna be a one-way push. There is no possible rotation for them. They will have to confront the enemy, they will have to fight the enemy and fight them to the death. And hope they actually kill them all, because it's not gonna be a capping game, I think. And Storm is on low HP, which really doesn't work well for them. And Pure Skill, no matter how crippled he is, he's still like 1200 compared to 500 the Storm has. And even that dead gunner doesn't mean that much. I mean, the turret and gun itself handling is improved since the patch. So with rations and jack of all trades, I believe it's still probably even better than the online 7 gun.
We can see now the rotation coming out though from Savage Squad. Alpha has backed off from that K5, K6 area around the church and is now starting to make his way towards the 8 line. In the meantime, Latenser, who was in that H3 position where we saw Cease play in the last round, is now going towards the hill. So it is going to be a number 2 base attack, Mojo.
Yeah, well, we were expecting that, but they did what they wanted. They scared Pure Skill, or Pure Ducking, as he renamed himself. So he actually didn't even see them go. He didn't see 2 huge mouse tanks pass by. And this is exactly what they wanted. Even Storm left, and he should realize very soon now that Raven is spotted on the other side, that something is going on and that he should peek and start doing something, because he and Gremek are still stuck and not doing anything. 3.5 minutes almost till the end of the game, so not much time here for Savage Squad, and time is at the moment the greatest enemy of this team.
Time is always sticky, Mojo. Pure Skill should make himself more little to try and hide behind that rubble pile. But they are waiting for the mouses, obviously, Zed Alpha. They take quite a long time to cross through the entire map. They are now going to be making their way towards base number 2. Raven making his way off the hill, but there is still Pashka Pishka in that mouse over there on
Not only
A6,
him,
A7.
not only him, almost the entire team is on that side. Look, Lucky Blast is already in a pocket on A5, so he can cover him. And we already have a presence of TDs and mediums even watching, so there is a lot of cover fire here.
Yeah, Lucky Blast peeks out though, gives a shot on towards that Batchat from Latenser, but he has to back around the corner as there is too much threat from Freedom in his AMX 50B from the back corner. And how does Savage Squad clean out Pashka Pishka? Well, connections like that are definitely going to help on towards him from Alpha. Zed now trying to side skip on that corner. They need to be careful. Santi and Pure Skill in the meantime are coming around and nobody is covering that D-line, Mojo.
Nobody can. That's the problem. Gremek is still far, far, far away from the game, but he is able to arrive over the hill and press the enemy if needed in last moments in their backs when they least need. But there is a strong push coming in, and maybe this will work.
Yeah, Storm has gone down, but Pashka Pishka gets traded in return as the entire team from Savage Squad is making their way through the cap. Lucky Blast is going to be their next target in that 5A. He's kind of left by himself in that 5A pocket. Pure Skill, Santi, and Gremek are not currently into the fight. If they can pick up Lucky Blast, continue to push on towards Cease and Andre, they might actually make this work.
2 minutes and 10 seconds here going on. I mean, there is still a huge fight going on, but there is HP advantage here for Savage Squad. Ceisa is stuck there. I never understood the position of Batchat inside the Vidom, but never mind. There is now forces from who cares who are coming from their back. If they lower the number of the Savage Squad guys, they might pull it off.
Might be little too late as season that bot shot goes down, and there's just 3 tanks left standing for the side of who cares. Gremic in the meantime is actually in between all the tanks from Savage Squad. That's not going to work out for you. Raven is just about to come off reload, and he goes down. Triple kill from him. 2 tanks left standing for who cares, and what a perfectly timed push from Savage Squad.
I would say this was a really super risky and strong push, but that was absolutely the only choice they had. And I don't understand how who cares was not aware of it. How were they not aware of it? That was literally the only thing left on the menu for Savage Squad to do, and they left tanks all over the map, not supporting each other.
Danny now dueling with Santi, who has 12 seconds to decap, but it's not going to matter as Alpha is going to come around the corner, picks him up, and that is Savage Squad actually picking up their second round already. And again, not a strong start from them this time, but still a very strong ending.
I would say they pulled it off at the last moment. I mean, this was a game that was supposed to be lost for them.
Yes.
As it started with Storm taking so much damage, even with the pressure on pure skill, it was not enough. The time just slipped by. And they were forced, okay, YOLO or lose. Like, can't do anything else. And the push was good. The push was good. That's the important thing. Like, when they struck, they had a really good focus fire, selection of targets, aggression, like decision, what to do. While who cares? You could see it, like they were still rotating all over the map, deciding will they go left or right, what will they do, and their guys were already dying.
I mean, the tanks from... It's very hard for who cares, though, because all they see is 7, well, Storm died, 6 tanks pushing around the corner. For them, it's very hard to pick up that one target because they lose Pashka Pishka almost instantly. Lucky Blast really can't do anything from that position at one point anymore. He gets pushed by a bad shot. Nobody can support him. Then Cease runs out of ammo, and then there's Andre and his lonely E3. It's like, guys, where are you? And then you have the I7 and Gremek and Santi coming from behind, slowly.
I just don't like the position of that Bachat inside the windows, defensive, like, that's nonsense. He was just locked there. How can he fight against I5 or E3 frontal or whatever?
I don't really like the 2 double Bachat pick in general.
No, in defense especially.
In both
and
their rounds, it really didn't show anything.
If you have them, why would you lock them? You need to be invisible for enemy. You need to do rotations. You need to double tap the enemy. 2 Bachats rotating over the map. That's danger. A Bachat spotted in a window is, oh, there he is. Thank you.
Well, that is Savage Squad, though, coming in strong with a 2-0 lead in Himmelsdorf. Now moving on to Ghost Town, and now it is time for Who Cares to really step up, because it didn't look good for them on Himmelsdorf, but I hope Ghost Town's going to be their map.
Ghost Town is pure brawl map with slight tactics. You can say, will you choose to push left or right or try to trick someone into the capping? So that's the most tactical part, but mainly it's about decision when you want to push and so on. So far, honestly, I think you were completely right, and I think Savage Squad has a better determination in their team, how they function and how they move on a map.
Well, it is 2-0 right now for them, and it is going to be Ghost Town. The lineups are on the screen. It's going to be double Mouse, double 50B Bat, and double 113 for Savage Squad. And it's going to be a double 5A, double T57, 1 Type 5, and double Bat for Who Cares. So they are choosing the 5A over the 113.
Well, I like 5As because they have lower reload, they have that gun depression. Yes, they have weaker turret, but mobility is there. I just like the tank a lot. And I honestly didn't have so much fun playing some tank in years, like with that one.
Yeah, because it's so damn good.
It just drives itself almost.
Well, we can see here Who Cares is going to be doing more of a sudden defense as the T-57s are pushing up towards Pashka Pishka, who went for an early spawning run. In the meantime, Gremek went to destroy some buildings on the #1 cap, but you can see Savage Squad is also biased towards that south side of the map. Now, if we were to get into a head-on engagement, Mojo, who do you think has the superior lineup for it?
If you go straight, one-on-one engagement, Savage Squad will have some advantage here. But if any kind of rotations are... Oh my god, Grebe. Need to do that better. Watch Korit's videos. If there is any kind of possible rotation done, Who Cares will definitely win, because they have 2 57s that can hold off a lot, and VZs and Bachats. But their Bachats didn't perform that well on Himmelsdorf so far. So we need to see will they do here a bit better.
Gremek? Nope. 3rd time's a charm anyways. These 57 slightly pushed up. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. Being this far out also leaves them to be pushed if they are spotted.
This is super risky because effectively, if you watch the minimap, they are split. Gremek Gramek is completely away, and so is, I believe, the mouse. I mean, type 5. So what are they working here with? They're working with a lighter setup on this part of the map, and there is two guys who can completely not help them at all.
Luckily enough for them, though, Savage Squad is starting to make a rotation towards the other side of the map. Mouse is starting to back off. Zed also backing off. Alpha has already turned around. Storm, Danny, Freedom, all making their way towards that #1 base. And if they go triple gap, Mojo, they could put a lot of pressure here on Who Cares.
Well, Raven and Storm can definitely enter that cap, but I'm never a fan of putting a bachat in that cap unless you want to push out with it, but it's super risky. So double cap, maybe triple, I would not like it. Double cap plus mouse is supporting from the street directly on B line, yeah.
They have one thing that they could possibly do, Mojo. They could do something like a lot of teams been doing, pushing onto that E5, E6 corner, because they know that Who Cares is defending over there. Like, let's say they did that. Would it work, you think? Like, they push towards that corner and just hold Who Cares off. Once the battle
As we already said, a couple of the guys from Who Cares are completely cut off from the other. Like, look at the position of Andrzej, look at the position of the remaining tanks. They're not there to help each other well. If there is a strong push, which is not spotting on time by Savage Squad, so if Savage Squad manages to pull the tanks through without getting spotted, they will definitely have a win. And this is something we seen yesterday. A lot of teams are relying on that Type 5 from the corner for resetting because he has splash. That gun is fairly accurate. You can even, like, for that kind of shell, it's fairly accurate. You can even snapshoot.
This time reset 3 guys at once.
Yeah, he reset 3 guys yesterday. So they're relying on that. But there is a price to it because whenever you turn your turret forward to reset, you're an open target for anyone to pen you. So you can receive 2-3 shells back. So you need to time it well if you want to make it worthwhile.
The thing I see here, though, is Andre needs to push up towards that corner, and Raven is already waiting there in his 113. This Who Cares squad is still split from each other, Mojo.
Yeah, still slow rotations. I mean, I really expected better communication from the guys who play so long together.
Andre now taking more damage in his Type 5. He tries to reset Storm, doesn't happen. Remek has 4 shots left. Danny's now starting to push up with Raven, and once they see there's nobody behind that Type 5, they might try and take him out of the game.
There's a couple of guys now, but honestly they are split from the rest. If they push strong enough that corner and Alpha and Zed press this corner to hold off everyone else, this will definitely be a game for Savage Squad. The only danger there is Gramek. Gramek can do a really huge clip with that bachat in their backs if they try to push there.
Well, if Savage Squad went for the straight push right now from both corners, I think they win the game.
Yeah, they would lose a lot of tanks, but they would win.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it.
Well, Danny is now starting to push up into the cap as well. 17 seconds left. It's on to Savage Squad now to finally get that reset. It has to come out right here, right now. They need to reset Storm. 10 seconds is left before it's going to happen. Not finally. There is a reset. But let's listen with Savage Squad and see how they're going to try and win this one, Mojo.
This guy's trying to...
Don't let them shoot me. Don't let them shoot me.
I'm
trying to block. I got decent, but...
Shoot this guy.
Do the shots, do the shots. Do the shots to the reset. I'm not
Finish.
finishing.
I'll finish.
The type is missing. Oh, he hit.
Okay. Storm, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go.
Shoot the low.
I'm moving. I'm going.
Oh, shoot the
У меня
button.
He's
у него
shot.
4, у него один
The
остался.
Veggie will run out of shot. He just need to...
I will finish you.
Let's focus 57 maybe.
Yes.
Visit shot,
Zed,
visit shot.
Zed, Zed, don't block, Zed.
I have that gun.
Easy. Let's go.
I kill, okay.
Bounce me.
Too easy.
Let's go.
GG was close.
Man, I'm fucking good, man.
Man, he fucking resetted me like on the last time the page.
We almost lost.
I really like their team speak, actually. We almost lost Raven. Yeah, it was close, dude.
It's a close game.
This is not looking good for Who Cares. I'm very sorry, but they're not set up correctly to deal with this kind of stuff.
No, if they wanted to play this kind of setup on Ghost Town, they have to play it more aggressive. They cannot let enemy take all the positions and do whatever they want, so they will counterattack them. You don't counterattack with tanks that are so inferior in close combat.
This is something we talked about before. It's something we talked about last season. You cannot just rely on the bachat. You cannot just rely on that Type 5 to be the one tank that resets. Andre didn't even have any support. He goes to that corner. There's 113 waiting for him there.
there is too much stuff left just to happen on its own. That's what I don't like about the play of the who cares now. They're just not aggressive enough. They're not thinking proactive, like how will they stop the enemy to get to the positions. They're just letting the map in all the cases we've seen so far and hoping something will happen on a way that will give them an opening. But it doesn't happen. You need to take the opening. You need to take it for yourself and make it. But so much passive play doesn't pay off. Maybe they will finally kind of loosen up and start playing more aggressive.
Well, they have to. They're attacking on Ghost Town. But so far, who cares? I mean, Savage Squad is making some decisive moves.
Raven, 3.4k damage here.
We'll give it to him. Good job, Raven. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Former Penta guy.
Well, that doesn't say a lot, does it?
I don't know, man. It's your team.
No. Was. I moved on to a greater.
Yes, you're
team.
a caster now.
Yes, you're in my team now.
Exactly.
The best team.
And you're a 3 versus 3 champion.
Exactly. I would never be in that without it. But now, back to the game. 3-0 for Savage Squad in their first match of the WGL EU. And they are showing a very, very dominating performance so far. Who cares? Has to attack on Ghost Town. And they really need this round. Because if they don't, they are on match point. Thinking. Obviously, those were not the lineups we were looking for, and this is not the teams we were looking for either. But Mojo, what do you expect Who Cares to do here?
Maybe a strong cap push. I need to see their lineup a bit, but they have 2 i7s. Definitely, if I were them, I would try to do something with the cap, but that's...
Double i7 really does seem like we're going to park 2 i7s in the cap.
Yeah, but that's also something that enemy can predict. The good part about that, i7s are really hard to pen in a turret. The bad part is like when mouse angles, you still have APCR, so it's a bit harder to pen.
Well, so far, Latencer is doing the standard move, which is destroying some buildings. Pure skill, lets of a shot does not connect on towards that bat. That bat's probably going to go back towards A1 now, like we saw Gramek do in the round before. And there is the reaction already from Savage Squad. They spotted out Pure skill, and they're already starting the rotations.
Latencer is running away. I'm wondering, will he try to boost up like Gramek did? It does look like he will. Let's see what is his rate of the success in this moment.
100% Mojo.
Well, that's the way how you do it.
Nobody boosts like Latencer does.
If you say so. I've seen a couple of guys though.
Ooh, that was a nice shot from Pure Skill on towards Raven. Takes 481 on the side of that third. The cap has now started with 1 IS7. He needs to be careful. Raven's going to be going towards that corner to keep the spot up, obviously, for Latencer.
Still, it's only one cap, one tank pressuring the cap, so that's not a really huge deal. It can be resetted even if he has to take a shell with HE or whatever, he can just do it. We saw a lot of guys play Leopards lately because they're good sniping tanks from the position where Latencer is now, but that's not really needed in this case. I would say, again, in this moment that Savage Squad again has better positions on the map, honestly.
Yeah, and Andre getting kind of caught out there in his 50B. Gramek spotted out now as well in his bat shot. And I think Latencer might actually go for the straight push there. What does Gramek do if there's a bat coming straight for him?
Fight. He will have to fight one-on-one. He cannot run away because he's not in position to run away. He is in position to trap. So he needs to actually pressure Latencer and chase him out of the guys, because if Latencer sees Gramek is too far away, he'll just join the guys and go clip out someone and ignore Gramek completely.
Then he peeks out. Luckily enough, does not take any punishment for that whatsoever. Lucky Blast, though, in the meantime, he takes a lot of punishment for this. The gap gets resetted. Raven trades for that, but it was necessary.
It was a huge trade, like huge alpha shot here on him with 575, almost absolute maximum of the i7, but there is a fight going on. Zed and Alpha are trying to pressure them in.
And they are starting to pressure them in. They are backing off though again. In the meantime, Lucky Blast taking even more damage. Raven peeks out slightly too far. That's a nice connection again from Pure Skill. He's doing very well in that IS7. Savage Squad is starting to close the distance, though they pick up Lucky Blast. And let's see if Who Cares can recover from this as we listen into their team speak.
Skończę, dobra. Jedną pestkę. Ja jedną pestkę. Buduję.
Kada. 10
Do prawej, Andrzej. No za późno. No nice, uciekł.
13
Nie.
Dobra, backhand, freedom minus raz.
10 sekund.
Ja dobiję tu Ravena.
Też 10 sekund.
Ja mam pesk już. Storm się sobie skrapuje na mnie.
Freedom na mnie, patrz.
Kurwa, TS. Ej, weź podjedź Paszka tu, a ja pojadę od prawej. No nie ma sensu, że...
Ty Gramek przeżyjesz?
Ej, chodź, idzie tu.
Ja
Pod
i
górę nie
chodź,
będę
nice. Tylko po prostu żyj Paszka, uważaj Paszka.
Masz peskich żółek?
Ja mam jeszcze HP, więc mogę przyjąć.
A uważajcie, bekę mają tutaj jeszcze.
Dobra, chodź,
Kada
dobra.
się
Mocno,
szansa.
mocno, mocno.
Mouse na mnie patrzy.
Pikuj.
Nie?
Dobra, nice.
Nice. Dawajcie, puścimy to, co? Czy nie?
Dawaj.
Dawaj od dołu, ty podaj.
Bekę jeszcze mają,
Sztorma?
pamiętajcie.
Chodź,
Tak,
Ta, sztorma.
traki.
Daniksek.
Kurwa.
Do przodu.
Plecy.
Tam w bekę dwie petki.
Bekę jeszcze,
Ładuję.
bekę jeszcze.
Ja KD.
Dobra, nice.
Ja już to uciekam.
That was actually a strong win for Who Cares. A very calm team speak though still.
Yeah, quite a lot of damage they're taking by Raven on that corner from the I7. I mean, pure skill pretty much, pure ducking, sorry. Pretty much owned him one-on-one. There is no other way to say it. Like, for every HE shell he did to reset, he received some huge high alpha. I mean, the gods of RNG were also really favoring pure skill here. I mean
he
most
rolled,
of the shots...
He rolled Raven for 375 as well.
When? I didn't see that.
I think it was 375.
No, 575.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, feels bad, Raven.
I didn't see a single shell that went on him below 500.
Oh. Feels bad. Okay.
There we
I
go.
didn't say anything.
Good farm. Good farm.
5 and 3, the numbers kind of similar.
4.8k damage here by pure ducking. I would say this is the main reason how they won this game. That I7 in hold down position proved to be super valuable and forced out the move of Savage Squad, which they actually didn't want to do. They were prepared for a good push in some moment, but you saw even Alpha disappeared in that mouse. And that's 3000 HP we're talking about. That's not like a small thing.
No. That Foch B did actually decently well, did 2.2k damage. Didn't really see him in the fight, to be honest.
No, he was just doing some back shots.
Yeah, so we didn't really see him in the fight, but he obviously did make his shots count very well. That was a good win from Who Cares. That was what they needed, honestly, because there's no way you recover from 4-0. We've seen it like once or twice, I think.
We've seen it a couple of times, but it's going to be really hard compared to what's happened now. Like, we're coming to Prokhorovka now. It's really hard to pen that defense unless a defender makes some huge mistakes and more or less hangs himself. Then you have after that Murovanka. So it's really, really, really going to be hard, but maybe, who knows?
Prokhorovka is a hard map to play, though. It's very easy to just lose 2 rounds on it. I was watching some NA on it, like Elevate versus Eclipse yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or last night. I think it was last night, actually.
I missed that one. What happened?
Just I don't know if we're going to see this on a U or if it's going to be a trend. Like, they were just fighting in the middle with, like, tons of 5As. Like 5
Really?
5As. Just
Like old school time with tier 8 tanks?
both
Go yalla
teams, I
yalla on
think,
the middle.
5 5As and just fight it on the middle twice. Eclipse came out ahead twice, but it was, like, just engagements everywhere.
That's going to be fun to watch.
I wonder if it's going to be the same here. Nope.
Well, a lot of 5As
Actually,
here,
who cares?
actually.
Who cares?
Who cares? He has 5As and 2 butchers for flanking.
Savage Squad, on the other hand, double STRV, triple bat, and double 5A. They are not set up for fighting in the middle.
No, they're set up to snipe people who want to go to the middle.
I prefer Who Cares lineup, actually, because if you make a mistake against 5 5As, you're dead instantly.
Yeah, that kind of alpha combo with that precision of the gun and reload, insane.
Let's find out. They're all going towards the 1-2 line. Every single 5A headed
And
towards
both
1-2 line.
STRVs are not going for the forest.
Might be a good thing for Savage Squad in this case.
I'm not really sure. I mean, point blank, 2 STRVs shooting at them with some cover fire from the side, that would be a decent thing. But if they're on the wrong side of the map, that can go wrong on many ways.
Well, Savage Squad is obviously set up to defend the
Village side.
7-8-9-0 line. Wonder when they will start rotating, if they rotate. They spotted out C's now, and the 5As are going down 1-2 line, 4 of them. Man, if I would see this, I would just run away. Turn my tank, run away. I do the math, be like, nah, I'm dead.
Well, let's see. From the point when Latencer sees them to the point where his sixth sense triggers.
How long is he
How
still
long
alive? Is he still alive? Well, here we go. The 4-man hit squad is starting to make their way. Gremek, Pashka, Andre, and Senti are pushing forward. Latencer is going to be the first guy over there in his bad shot. He does spot them out right now. He's running away. Luckily enough, well, he's spotted right now, though. I don't know if he can get out of this. I honestly don't know. They're going to peek up.
This is such a rage quit, man.
Are you running away? Takes the first, takes the second.
Track shot.
Oh,
He's alive.
He takes three, I think, for his trouble. But he's in no man's land.
He's alive. He's alive. That's important. But look at Danny and Alpha. Took a hint from Latency and they're like, okay, I don't like this side of the map. I'm off.
The Latencer is trying to run away. He goes unspotted there for a second, which I think is his saving grace. Makes it out on 865 HP. But I do not believe that Savage Squad is in a good position right now, as Latencer cannot go any further. And those 5As will push on towards Storm and Zed at one point.
We have a issue now from Savage Squad because who cares they put themselves in position, they can rotate and attack them from several sides and keep a crossfire, while Savage Squad is a bit stuck now because they have those two STRVs who are not really at the moment able to do any kind of significant damage.
See the rotations coming out already for who cares.
It's going to probably be a 5-line push and that's it. Like STRVs will be
just peeking onto the middle, picking off one 5A, maybe two 5As even. I fear here for...
And then we have Alpha and Freedom there on the side on 9 and 0 line, but Botshot sniping, that never works well.
I hope Zed and Storm find a good bush. Hold out through the storm.
And let's not forget, even these guys like Danny and Raven, if they shoot from those positions, they can be shot in the side. But who cares actually left no one? No one on 1-2 line? I expected they will leave at least one guy, but...
They left Andre, but he moved backwards. He moved back as well. He was like
all of them more or less moved. Like, he's the last guy. So they're going to prepare for a complete YOLO push on the other side now.
Or they're pushing straight over with three guys on towards the 5-8. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Storm is in a predicament, though. Like, he's afraid to get shot on the side, but I don't think he knows there's three of them in front of him.
Three? It is like almost the entire team, like three of them plus those two medium. But mediums are spotted and they should have a hint now what's going on.
Well, that means there has to be somebody on the hill, right?
Exactly. There should be a knowledge coming in. There should be a rotation. There we go. Raven is going for the hill to do a support, but that will not save Storm. That will actually dilute the chances of him surviving.
Well, there we go. I think the 5As are peeking up in the middle right now on towards Zed, who got spot up your skills, peeking up already. Zed, I wonder if he's in trouble or if he's sitting safe behind the rock. Can't really see it right now. I hope he's sitting behind the rock because those 5As could have all peeked and shot him. It seems like he's doing he's in a good position. Thank God Zed went behind the rock.
Oh, Zed is a good player. We did mention
if
that. If
Andre was still an A2, he'd be farming Zed right now.
Yes, that's what I was surprised about because they didn't leave anyone there. Like, I don't know, that was a tactical error in my eyes because there would be no rotation from Savage Squad coming that way. It would be too risky. They don't have tanks for that.
Well, they have double bat going towards the 0 line now, though, and Raven is on that hill area. If he gets spotted in the STRV, he is dead for sure.
Seista is spotted here, but there is STRV, Raven, and Alpha waiting here.
They need to kill Steez without getting spotted, pretty much.
And there is trio guys here waiting for some mistake on the top of the hill. If someone gets spotted there, it's going to be the last.
Well, here we go, Steez and Lucky Blast pushing forward. Raven Alpha letting off the shots. Alpha gets spotted, takes 2 in return. He needs to be careful in this bad shot. More damage on towards the bats from who cares, or Raven so far hasn't taken anything, but these 5As are about to get off reload. Takes one, misses coming out, though. I think the shooting from who cares needs to be slightly better if they want to make this work.
They're completely missing. Raven is off the charts for them. Like, they can barely see him, but there we go. There is a shot coming in, but it's mainly Lucky Blast. I think he did the brunt of the damage on him.
They've lost Raven now into the STRV, and they have no positions left on the map. Look around there. They have no control. They're all stuck in the 6-2-0 line. How does Savage Squad recover from this? Is there recovery?
There is again rotation on 2 line. Look at those two. Andre and Gremek going for the 2 lines, so they will have additional pressure then on Zed in the back. This is going to be super hard, if even impossible. Like, the HP deficit is huge, positions are completely lost. There is huge amount of time. Like, 4.5 minutes is an eternity in this such small environment. Like, who cares can do all kind of rotations they want, and they can win this game. They can win this attack.
Danny needs to be careful. He just got spotted out in his STRV. Is he going to be safe, though? He looks to be safe. So far, so good, but they are down in HP. They have no real positions. Danny takes a shot there already from one of the 5As, but that gets traded quickly. He needs to play this so smart, because he's the last real tank that can do a lot of damage. But Zed, now in his 5A, moving back towards the rock. If he goes behind it, oh look, Andre is waiting this time.
And there we go. Connection 490, exact amount of Alma. Danny is peeking out now, but he's going to get shot. Didn't he get an info that there is someone there?
Well, it seems like he's still trying to make a peek, though. He's now down just to 444 HP, and who cares is showing a masterclass of Prokhorovka so far, and they're doing really well Their rotations are much better than before, and there goes that he goes down. It was only a matter of time, though, and now Storm left alone by himself. Danny spotted again, peeks up. He's gonna die for this. I can feel it. There comes the shot. Andre picks it up. That's Danny down in the STRV. There's 4 tanks left standing for Savage Squad, and who cares has all 7 remaining.
There is a counter rotation coming in from Savage Squad toward the hill. Alpha and Freedom trying some desperate push there. They'll probably get score some kills, but that will not save them the game.
It will not save them the game whatsoever. Storm makes a shot, doesn't connect. That was his last one for this round, as Andre comes in from the backlines, picks it up. In the meantime, we can see the push onto the hill, but see, it's just dropped off. Playing around with them, Freedom can do what he wants. They have 10,000 HP to remove from this game to have a chance to win.
Zeisa in his little hole is quite safe. There is a crossfire coming in from this Savage Squad. But they're stuck away on the other side of the map. I mean, all Who Cares needs to do is put 1 tank on a map, and they're putting on the cap. They're putting 2 actually, just because they're bored and they don't want to wait, I guess.
Fancy points, Mojo.
Well, maybe they're just saying, "Oh, we almost lost Zeisa at this game," you know. Easy game.
He's alive. Lucky Blast trading out with Lot Answer, but it's not gonna matter. 36 seconds remain on the base capture. They might find all 3 of them, they might not, it really doesn't matter. 3 tanks for Savage Squad, and they're gonna be thinking about that round because their initial setup, I think it was flawed from the beginning.
It was too static, like we already said. Who Cares, guys, their core, if they play aggressive as a swarm, as they used to in Rage Quit, they can do a lot, and we've seen that here. So I would say, guys, drop the city maps, definitely just play the open ones.
What's the map after this again?
Murovanka.
Murovanka, well, they can play super aggressive on it. 2 seconds left now, and it is.
We've seen them do that, if you remember.
Yeah, we have seen them do it. 2 seconds left, there we go. Who Cares? Picks it up. Their second round. Prokhorovka.
Really good game.
Really good game.
Now there is attack for Savage Squad. We need to see their lineup. What will they try to do? Because it will be all up to them. But still, even Who Cares can decide to play some super aggressive defensive setup. Like, they don't have to wait for the enemy. It's not written in a Bible that you have to wait your enemy in Prokhorovka. You can still attack them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times.
Have you read through it the entire?
Some of these teams even won.
Andre, very spread damage actually. I mean, if the top damage is 2,500.
Not much damage done by anyone. That means the team won. And that's it. Well, not all the guys even died, so it doesn't really matter. And there was not that much HP because a lot of mediums at TDs. So there was less HP pulled in on the city maps that we're used to, so you can not see those high numbers. Still, what was important here and interesting is use of VZs, guys. We said already, those are brilliant tanks to play. They have pretty much everything you need. Mobility, gun depression, high alpha, great reload. If you don't have it, go for it, farm it. You're going to enjoy it. And these tanks...
Only thing it has is the ammo rack.
Things happen, especially when you play tier 9. When you play tier 9 toward tier 10, you can... it can happen that someone shoots you with a TD and blows you up without even any damage you had before. It's just like 100% tank.
This happens on tier 10 as well, though. Like double ammo racks.
But rarely. Not
double ammo racks isn't an issue, though, to be honest. Like, it's the same as with 113, really. Double ammo rack once, repair, ammo rack again, ammo rack blow up.
Yeah, but with this tank, at least you don't have to peek as much as you want when you shoot.
That is true. But now Savage Squad gonna be attacking. Who Cares? Gonna be defending. I wonder if Savage Squad is gonna do something like Who Cares did, or they're gonna bring a lineup. It's more well rounded. But look at Who Cares. 5 ace, double bat.
Wow, a tactical choice. So again, we have Raven on STRV. That didn't go that well in the last game. He was pretty much annihilated, and he didn't hit the last shot, I believe, on Zeisa. Even if he did, and it wouldn't change a thing. Lucky Blast pretty much owned him.
Well, I'm not I wasn't really surprised because Elevate usually plays things that are within the meta. So seeing them play that, and they're just gonna go for the middle with the 5As. I want to see how Savage Squad deals with this, because it's very hard to deal with that amount of pressure at the same time.
They're spreading tanks all over the place, so
I like that.
They are trying to create a crossfire. But in a case of a strong push, that's actually a weakness. Because if you get YOLO'd, you will get focused from close combat, and the guys from distance will miss the shots, and they will not be there on time, and then you will be against people who are in cooldown.
Look how aggressive Who Cares is going already with those 5As. They're using the rock to cover themselves from that 1-2 line. They're trying to peek on towards Storm and Alpha, but luckily enough, they were in the correct position that they were still cooldown. So they can now try and play against them. The bats have been spotted out though for both teams so far. And I wonder what Who Cares does now.
Senti taking again careless damage. I mean, he should really pull back and let the guys who are on 100% do something.
With this lineup, you kind of have to go for that YOLO, though.
I really don't understand why did they stop. If they realized in one moment there are people in the forest, they know exactly where the other butchats are. So these tanks are just given to them on the middle. They should just push them, kill them, take some damage, and then progress with the rest. Because they still have two butchats to keep their flanks safe.
This lineup just bleeds if you keep peeking in the middle. At one point, you just have to take everything, go up and over.
And that moment is going away, slowly but surely.
Yeah, because right now they're losing positions, and they're losing in the trade as well. And now Savage Squad is starting to feel more confident, starting to take more of an aggressive stance. They're going to go over the rails as well, and that will put Pure Skill in trouble. Nice connection. They're on the move. Double connection on the move, actually. Nice
and
shooting.
No connections back, more importantly.
And now Who Cares is starting to be in big trouble as double 5A gets across the rails. Who Cares is practically surrounded, and now they have to go for a push. But look at the rotation from Savage Squad. They are running away through the K line, but in the meantime, Who Cares is pushing them on 2 line, but it's too late.
Again, confusion on Who Cares side. Like, they played such a magnificent game few minutes ago, and now again standing and not doing anything. Like, they had a good opening, they should have just went for it and used the every advantage they had and pretty much won the game. But like this, they're now stuck and they're the victims.
They are the victims. Savage Squad is ahead in HP, and the clips are starting to come out. Raven and the STRV is on fire, starting to burn down. He needs to survive over there. He's dropped 1.2k HP in the meantime. Gremic is not very much better in his 5A, though. He goes down towards 99 HP. The fight's still on the rails here. Raven actually goes down for that one. So mistakes are being made on both sides here. Pure Skill is going to peek over on towards Danny because he knows he's reloading. He's going to deliver a nice blow on towards the side of that Batcha. But so far, it's all about this engagement here between Sante, Andre, Storm, and Alpha. Whoever wins this is most likely going to win the game.
A lot of damage done on Danny in that moment here, and now he can finish off the tanks in the back here. This is what he wanted all the time, so their pressure will actually amount. There was a lot of mistakes, as you said, I would say mainly by a couple of the players in Savage Squad in this time, and the equal HP is drifting away. This is like a double advantage for Who Cares now.
Yeah, Who Cares is definitely ahead in this one after they pick up gun after gun after gun. As soon as Danny, and I think it was Latancer with him, no, it wasn't Latancer, the other bad, started reloading, Pure Skill just had free reign over there, and some bad trades in the middle, Zed and such, losing against those 5As. Latancer now the last one left. Raven going down in the south as well. Latancer really not having an impact on this game whatsoever in his bad. That's pretty much 2 useless tanks as well for Savage Squad.
That's a lot to miss when you are exchanging damage with VZ5As who have 8.86 reload when you buff it up as they are. Like when you have full crew, when you put ventilation, rammer, and you put rations, like that tank is a beast, and they shoot, it has high penetration, 490 alpha. I mean, for God's sakes, you do not leave less number of tanks against something like that. And especially, I don't understand why did Raven pick like that. He allowed himself too much.
No, I don't know either. 3 rounds for both teams, Mojo. You know what this means? This means the decision who's going to be right. You're going to be right. Am I going to be right?
Or none of us.
None of us going to be right. Yeah.
None of us means tiebreaker.
Then it depends on who wins, right?
It's still tiebreaker, not the score that we predicted.
It doesn't matter. The winning team also matters.
It does look it's going to be a tiebreaker, you know?
It does feel like that a little bit. It really depends, though, because Muravanka can be a map. If you have like really good strats on it, you can win it 2-0, but
it's mainly about the tech.
iffy.
It's mainly about the tech. How good are you at it? But we will see what these guys have prepared for us. Muravanka is the traditional map where you have a lot of camping around the bushes, and if you dig out the spotter, if you are good enough to do it, that
We
works.
haven't really seen any spotters. We saw one yesterday in T100, I think. Was it T100? No, we didn't see any
We
yesterday.
see I7 spotter?
Well, that doesn't count. I meant like in the normal bushes, we didn't see anybody.
No, we didn't. I didn't see much of the lights
I
used.
saw it on an A, didn't work. Eclipse tried it, didn't work.
Nah.
So I don't think that's going to be happening.
I think the season is still young and players still need to realize what they want to do. I mean, the light Russian spotter is really low profile, and I think it can be positioned well. It's just a matter of can other guys support him well enough.
Made any tanks a spotter if you just believe. I put binos and optics on all my tanks to mark him.
And Camonet, right?
Exactly. And Camonet and Camo Directive.
Camo Directive, that's what they wanted to hear, man. That's professionalism.
So now we are going into Morovanka. The scores tied up between these two. The side of Who Cares is going to be defending first. Savage Squad attacking first. And I can see a type 5 there and a mouse already for the side of Savage Squad.
Let's see what will that amount to. Because playing with super heavy tanks more than one, I kind of don't like it. One in this game is okay on Morovanka, but having two super heavy tanks, I kind of don't like it for this map.
Well, we saw it yesterday as well from Utopia, I think it was.
Utopia was always special on Morovanka.
They actually have, it wasn't a type, it was double mouse.
Double mouse.
Freedom takes the first bit of damage. Does take the position over there. Danny, the MVP for Savage Squad.
Really?
No, I'm just saying to make him feel better, dude. Why did you have to say that like that?
Because I was super surprised.
Oh, that's just mean. But, ooh, see, Sinnes Badshots, goodbye. See you later. He's not having a good one in those so far, isn't he?
He's playing like Zafarchik, man. Like, seriously.
Wow, that's just toxic.
Okay, it's not toxic, man. Like, it's people who are leading the teams, they often just bleed out the HP in the start of the games. I don't know why, but it happens so many times.
Sees, welcome to the WGL EU. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Well, we will see. I mean, Zafarchik played like that couple of games in the start of the last season, but over the end, he actually became a damage
Andre can
dealer.
use him now as a hold down, you know?
Cactus. I need to remember his old name. I prefer Cactus. Why did he rename?
I don't know, man. But now double mouse is on the cap. Pure skill, Lucky, Blast, and Santi have already flanked around, though. But when this gets spotted out, when this gets realized, Savage Squad just going to push, no? Yes? Maybe?
Of course.
Who
I mean,
knows?
come on. Savage Squad has all the advantage they need now. They have two mouses here. They're just going to go and wreck Gramek. There is a lot of guys from Who Cares coming, but this HP advantage already says a lot. And Savage Squad did all they need. They just mastered their positions together.
Savage Squad has already made the move around the corner. Raven needs to be careful in his STRV as Lucky Blast is pushing towards the Gramek. In his Kranwagen has a triple Batshot push to hold off with just 2 shots, and it's not gonna happen. He can do as much damage as he wants. Blood Dancer comes over. Gramek is down and out in this one in that Kranwagen. He's not gonna do anything else in this. 12 seconds remain on the cap in the meantime. Who cares? You need to reset because those mouses, they still have the cap. Raven's still alive. 6 seconds. Who cares? Where's the reset?
There is no one who can reset, and this game is pretty much done. Bravo.
Well, that is base captured from Savage Squad.
A rather fast game.
I was really hoping they were going to reset.
I mean, Savage Squad here taking the attack, really important step. They can actually finish the game
also tiebreaker.
And give your predicament.
This is also decider for tiebreaker who picks the side. This win, this was by far the quickest attack on this map. Well, lots of damage being done in that one. Oof, look, 5 players from Savage Squad on top. Who would have expected that one?
Oh my dear. Cisa will watch this replay and think,
I could tell you what he's gonna say, but like, not going to do that.
I know a couple of Russian words.
Exactly. So do I. That was an it wasn't an old school cap strat, but I think Savage Squad did very well by, I mean...
When you have 2 mouse tanks, you know what's going to happen. You know they're going to push that cap. There is nothing on the map they can push except that. They cannot go to the forest, the trip around the world, then open the globe and go around, and not reach even the lower cap by the end of the time. I mean, they must go up. They know it. Like, and they sacrifice the tank like that.
Savage Squad did well, though, by pushing those mouse. They spotted Pashka. I think he was the only one to be spotted out of the 4 tanks on that side. And they push forward around the corner. Notice there's nothing there, and then just went to kill Gramek. And Gramek's like,
yeah, but even leaving Gramek, major mistake.
I really don't like when teams leave like an STB or a Kranwagen or anything.
When you
in
leave
that
one
position.
guy without at least 3 aiming, it doesn't work. It doesn't work well. And the guys from Who Cares, I've seen them before in Morovanka. I remember how they were swarming. They should be the ones to know.
Well, then let's hope they can pick up their attack though, Mojo, and head into a tiebreak. Actually, no, let's hope that Savage Squad wins, so my prediction is right. So now Who Cares is going to be on the attack, and Savage Squad is going to be defending with double mouse, type 5 heavy, T100 light, 113, 1 bot, just 1.
Well, we'll see a light tank position, so we'll see how that works. A lot of mobility here on Who Cares side again. bunch of 5As and
3
budgets.
bots, yeah.
3 bots and 4 5As, if I saw correct, right?
Yeah, 3 bots, 4 5As.
So a lot of mobility on their side.
Look how aggressive they're
I
going.
don't think, I mean, they can try maybe and put just 3 budgets on top cap immediately.
It will take a while before Alpha and Storm get there in their mouses.
They might try it.
They're going straight towards the cap with the 5As. You can see Andre, Santi, Pure Pure the King. I keep wanting to call him Pure Skill, honestly.
I called him like more than half of the times.
Well, there we go. The 5As are crossing, and they can do this unpunished because there's really nobody in a position to punish that.
There is a thing now. Savage Squad has to do something to reset them really fast. So these tanks actually get a chance to go and fight. Double Mouse and Type 5 will definitely win any kind of brawl if it happens point blank, but it has to happen. So that means someone has to reset and maybe take the damage, and they have to approach, and look at the damage they are taking while they're approaching.
So far, these 5As are being really good. They're peeking from the corner, and Storm seems to be their target. He is in the middle of a hurricane of 5As, and he needs to be super careful. That's so much HP bled already. Danny, in his Type 5, got spotted in the backlines as well. He's down to half HP. 12 seconds remain onto this cap. They're gonna have to come around, get the reset. 9 seconds, and this might actually be a quicker cap than the one that Savage Squad did against
5
Who Cares.
seconds.
4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. The reset, it's not gonna come out, and it is gonna be Who Cares that picks up their attack on Muro. Vanka, what is happening? Oh.
Ooh, okay, it's rarely that you see that teams return to each other the same favor in a game right after.
This is what I want to know on my birthday, man.
This is
Muro
cool.
Vanka.
Come on, this is cool,
It's
man.
great, it's amazing. I
It's
love
fun.
it.
It's fun to see. It's gonna be highlights probably, I would say. I mean, these teams definitely are going toe-to-toe with each other.
A guide on how to reset, written by Savage Squad and Who Cares.
Why would you take so many super heavies if you cannot protect the cap? Well, a bit more damage than last time.
I think I know who gets to decide on the map.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much easy to say here. The tiebreaker map, guys, is Sand River, the new map in the league. We've seen it a couple of times yesterday. We've seen a couple of not so great tactics and a couple of really interesting ones. I liked how Kazan surprised Ding, at least on Sand River. And that kind of proactive play, I hope we will see more of it in the future.
I really like the kill the RD strat.
Kill the RT strat easy.
Kill RD, win the game. GG. Feels like my random battle. Kill RD equals GG.
Well, that equaled GG also on mines, as far as I saw. That chasing shot was awesome, what Mary did. It's not the first time, actually, he was chasing other artists. In previous season, he did it a couple of times also.
Yeah, it was impressive.
A sneaky one.
I wonder if anybody's going to play with RD right now on Sand River.
In a tiebreaker?
Does Savage Squad have an RD player? I know Alpha really loves RD. Do they have an RD player? I don't think they really have an RD player. Danny, maybe?
Yeah, Danny was kind of playing it, but not super successful.
Playing it. I think he figured out halfway through the league that when you press shift, you go into alternative firing mode.
Well, I don't remember the guys from Who Cares, at least the ones I know that they play RT. Yeah, they usually played all the time without...
I think if they're defending, well, they're going to be defending, I guess. I mean, they will pick defense.
Why would you pick attack if you don't have to?
Exactly. I think Savage Squad might have a lot of 5As this time.
Well, let us see. The map is being prepared, and it's really close to the beginning. So far, most of the teams prefer to fight on the upper cap. It's easier to approach, and...
So, triple 5A, 4 bots, double bot, E50, SRV, double 5A, and mouse.
A lot of rotation from Savage Squad.
I guess they're going to try and boost the STRV up on that position, that upper one that we see like Lights play. I mean, you can go up there by getting boosted, so maybe the STRV will be going up there. I don't really know where else you would put the STRV to be effective on Sand River. Well, so far though, you can see the entire team of Savage Squad is making their way to the A line. All 6 of them with just Raven in his lonely bot spotting out the south side, and yeah, I think Cease is lining up. There we go.
It's a very nice gaze.
Please flip him over. That would be hilarious. Be the highlight of my day. Oh, there we go. Nice. Smooth. Only 4 HP lost for that, and he's going to be on that upper position. You cannot get to him, and the amazing thing for him is that he can just peek with the SCRV, you know?
He can peek, and he has a super accurate gun who can dominate all of these tanks from the top turrets. So let's see. It does look like Savage Squad is trying to put everything they have on a one play. This is exactly how those tanks are lined up. They're approaching with VZs to occupy attention of the enemy, go in a hold down, make some pressure, and the butt shots are waiting to push as a group on the top of the map. But this placement of who cares tanks is pretty much good enough to deal with it.
Pashka Piska and his
Oh,
mouse.
they're splitting now. That's not good.
Pashka Piska and his mouse is going to be dealing with 5As though. I don't know how that is going to end up for him. Because so far they haven't really seen anybody from Savage Squad. There we go, Alpha, Zed, and Storm going to be peeking out. They need to be careful. Pashka takes the first shot on his mouse. No return fire so far. They need to be careful with these 5As though. And Danny actually on his side already. Pashka Piska, you're in trouble, mate. This mouse, he's getting shot from all angles. Down to 691. If Savage Squad can pick him up for free, that will be a massive advantage. But they aren't though. Raven takes a ton of damage. So does Danny. But they have the cap started now. Latencer starting to push up towards Gremek, who has only 2 shots remaining in his clip. Andre is still over there as well though. Latencer, I think you've gone a little bit too far. Maybe one more shot from Andre on the way out. Down to 15. But Savage Squad has the cap. That's the only thing they have.
20 seconds they have. Latency and Raven on one shot by any math possible. Never mind, Raven. See ya, bro. 14 seconds to go. Latency here in deep trouble, but he managed to run behind the rock. 8 seconds.
8 seconds left. They need 20
There
seconds.
is reset now coming.
It's already reset on towards Storm. Andre peeked off for that one. Pure skills now coming from the back lines as well. Andre should be able to get at least one more reset. HE comes out on towards Alpha. Savage Squad is now going into Krupa, but everybody pushed towards Andre. But I think it's a little bit too late for this.
Gremek is coming out of the reload, so that's going to be a huge problem for them. And there is a lot of tanks from Who Cares coming in to close in from their backs.
Well, here we go. Latencer already getting picked off in the meantime. Danny pushing towards Gremek in his bat C. Speaking from the top, these 5As are starting to bleed. Andre is their target, but how is anybody going to survive by the time they get there? Danny picks up Gremek. Andre now has to face 3 5As, but in the meantime, the tanks from Who Cares are starting to surround. Danny goes down. It's just 4 tanks left from Savage Squad. Make that 3 as Seas comes in from the top, and I think Who Cares has just about done it.
And they are actually winning it by a double amount of HP. Losing that mouse looked like a horrific mistake, and in honesty it was. But the crossfire that came after it made it worthwhile. Raven, again, this is like 3rd or 4th game we saw him pretty much deleted because of a bit bad positioning.
Yeah, that was just a bad position for him altogether. And then Latencer as well, going in too eager, too greedy. Trading with Gremek and Andre at the same time, that's just something that you're not going to win.
There is something you learn in Gold League, and that's patience. You get it with experience, because when the games are like they had 3-1 and the enemy manages to equal, you need to be patient, you need to still play your strats and not be hasty about what you do. They literally let the game slip on Murovanka, and here it just didn't work out because I think they just didn't focus that well in the end.
Congratulations, you won.
No, we both lost.
Well, you won because you predicted Who Cares. Also, you can't.
I lost less.
You cannot leave me hanging.
I lost less. Okay.
You lost less. You still lost, but you lost less than I did.
But Who Cares?